Hey, it's your girl KV back with another Love After Lockup review. Y'all, I feel like it's been forever since the last time I done did a review. I feel like it took me forever to do this review. I guess so, because the next episode is already out, and this one is 2 episodes. But anyhow, let's just get on into the mess. Season 5, episodes 34, How Mentally Stable Are You? And 35, True or False. So, starting off these 2 episodes, we see a new couple, Bianca and Daniel. Bianca is, the young girl dating somebody in jail. Daniel is the somebody in jail. She's 23. I think he said he's 31. And somehow they are engaged. Yep. Know how it goes, y'all. She lives in Florida, but she's about to get a rental to go to Arizona because that's where he's at. That's where he's about to be released to. You know how these girls are. They about to go spend everything in their savings to skip across a few towns and go and be in the town where this man is getting released to. Like, it's a mess. All I can say is at least she don't have children that she's abandoning or dragging with her in the process. That's all I got for her. So she's talking to her friend, one of her little friends pull ups, and they're talking about how he probably had to go to a halfway house, and she's just acting so like, oh no, he'll figure that out. He's not gonna go to the halfway house. He's gonna come to my house. And the friend is like, you don't know that. He probably definitely has to do some time in a halfway house. So she gets into her backstory and she tells us that she wanted someone in prison with a DUI because she was involved in a drunk driving accident. Y'all, in what world does this make sense? Like, it was kind of disturbing to hear her say that. Like, it was pretty disturbing to hear her say she wanted to be with somebody locked up for a DUI after she was involved in the drunk driving accident. I think she said her and her friend were out drinking. The friend was driving. They slammed into the cement wall at the airport. She got messed up in the neck so bad she had to have surgery and had to relearn to use her voice. And you want to be with somebody who is in jail for a DUI. She worries me. She worries me, and we'll get to that because it's not just me. So, like I said, her neck and her vocal cords were damaged. She couldn't speak for a few months. She's very insecure about her scar, and she's still getting used to it. So the gag is, y'all, she got some settlement money from that accident, okay? She can't say on TV how much it is, but it's a lot. And she has told Daniel how much it is. So he about to milk her dry. He about to take her for everything she got. Poor thing. I can't believe these girls be doing this thing. She doesn't even know how much money she has spent on him. She has not kept track of it. She's like, I don't know, 5,000, maybe 10, maybe 15. I don't know. I don't know how much I spent on him. It's truly giving a recipe for disaster and heartbreak. And I'm just like, ooh. It made me cringe a little bit because I'm like, there's no way this is going good. Like, in no world does this relationship have a twinkle of hope. So, like I said, she don't think he'll have to go to the halfway house, yada, yada, yada. The friend also mentions how Daniel will need to stay sober. And the friend asks her, are you about to be sober too? Because you're going to have to be sober. You can't be drinking around him if you expect him not to drink. She said no. She said that ain't got nothing to do with her. She's going to be drinking when she feels like drinking. Just because he got to stay sober don't mean she's going to join him. She ends up talking to his parents on the phone. And his mom reiterates it for her. What the friend said, yeah, girl, you're going to need to be sober around him too. You can't have liquor bottles all over the house. Last time he relapsed, that's how it happened, because the people around him was drinking. The dad asked her, how mentally stable are you? That's why I said somebody feels me, because he's asking the important questions. These are the questions that need answers. I was so weak because how mentally stable are you, girl? Because like I said, the fact that she even set it up to want somebody for a DUI after her accident and finna spend all this money on it, I just, girl, it is crazy. So yeah. So they said the production makes her go on site of where the accident happened, and she's all emotional, and of course she can't really talk about it. And you can tell that that one was supposed to be like the heart jerker scene, like y'all really made this girl go over there. So that's why we got the title for 34, How Mentally Stable Are You? And they were just in that episode. So next we're gonna get to my favorite. Zaria and Troy, baby. We gotta lift our glasses to Zaria and Troy, because they are providing such comedic relief to something, this all over the place emotional show. This show is one of them shows you might cry, you might get angry, you might cuss somebody out, you might be feeling it, you might laugh. And this storyline is bringing the laughter, y'all. I hear some doors opening. Yeah, I know I got my little tea mosa in here with my little orange slice in there fizzing up. A little secco, a little tea. Zaria and Troy. So in the first episode, she just worried about the meat and was it big enough, and apparently she is satisfied with it. She is all to the good. I just can't get that image of him sitting in that tub all uncomfortable and him doing that. Having him sitting on that, you understand, when he just looking up at the camera like, why? Why would they ever do that? Why, Ebony? Why? Supposed to be my cousin. So she surprises him and tells him that his mom is coming to visit. Not only are they going to see her, she's going to stay the night here. He's not cool with that, because he don't really mess with his mama like that. She had an alcohol problem when he was growing up, and she really didn't raise him. He said when he was little, I can't remember if he said an age, but it was feeling like that 5-6-year-old age. She must have went to a friend's house to go get drunk and left him there with the friend. So of course the friend ends up calling CPS. He lives in a couple foster homes. He lives with an aunt for a while. When his dad finds out, he ends up living with his dad. So he just don't really fool with her. She ain't even trying to communicate with him while he was locked up. So it's safe to say that he is not happy about this and really like kind of mad. He's kind of mad. So Z gets him home, and the son is so happy to see him, y'all. Y'all know these women be having these kids calling these men daddy. Be taking these kids to the visit so that they can meet their daddy and get close and build a relationship with this man that's in jail. Somebody keep CPS on speed dial. Let's get a couple surprise home checks just to see. Not necessarily this case. I feel like Troy is one of the few where it's like, okay, I don't think he gonna do something to somebody's child. But there's a few people where I'm like, this who you want to write up? Okay. So, like I said, this his daddy legally. Zaria never got her baby daddy to put his name on the birth certificate, and when Troy stole her from his cellmate / the baby daddy, he signed the paperwork and said, I'm so locked in with you, I'm adopting your son, B. This my son. So it's a piece of them that feels genuine, but remember the card reader said their baby mama ain't all the way out the picture, and we see it's something amiss in this right here. So he goes pick up his mama, and he asking her why she abandoned him, and she just kind of blaming it on the alcohol. Like, she just like, I mean, I had a problem. Had a problem. No, baby, you have a problem. She apologizes for not being present and claims, that she got his back. She got her little confessional, and she just like, yeah, I got my son back though, I may have dropped him off when he was 6 and never turned back until, you know, now, but I got his back. Like, okay. All right. Troy's mama, she seems like a good time. Let's start there. Troy's mama seems like a good time. She gives fun, drunk auntie vibes, you know? The other vibes I get from her is bottom B. She gives me that back in the day, she was somebody's bottom B. She wasn't quite the... I hate when this happens, y'all. Y'all know I hate having to sit and fuse these dang videos together in this app. But my timer for something went off. My vitamins. I'm supposed to be taking my vitamins right now. That alarm went off. And I'm going to have to fuse these videos. But back to Troy's mama. She truly gives it. She was somebody's bottom B back in the day. You feel me? Like, she wasn't quite the pimp. She wasn't quite the madam. But she was the pimp's right hand. She's selling it and making sure the other girls is in line and collecting the... Here you go, daddy. Cinnamon was acting up tonight. But that's all right. You know I had to... I went in. So we ain't sure we good. She gives that. She gives that. Okay? Matter of fact, she's Cinnamon. Mama Karen is Cinnamon. Okay? Honestly and truly, Mama Karen give like she'll still make a nigga holler for some casino or lottery money. So she was such a character, y'all. Mama Karen, she seemed like a good time girl. No, Salt Lake City. So now Zariah is mad because they're at the house and they're just all sitting around talking. Troy, his mama, Zariah, is kind of a mess. So she hears the mama asking him about the baby mama. And like I said, we ain't really heard Zariah mention nothing about a child. We only heard the card reader say, how's his relationship with his baby mama? Is that close? I don't think it's close. I don't think this relationship gonna work. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Sorry, girl. Oops, I'm failed. What's that? Girl, that's crazy. The card jumped out the pile to say, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, sis. It's not gonna work. So, yeah. So now we finally really hearing about the baby mama. And the mama is fussing at him about the baby mama. Apparently, she does not like the baby mama. She said she a good mama, but I can't stand to be. She says to Troy, you got 2 women. What you gonna do about it? You need to figure out what you're gonna do about it. You got 2 women. I said, oh, now he 2-timing Zariah. Oh man, why you on TV with Zariah if you know you got a whole nother woman, your baby mama? So Zariah is so mad that she makes him sleep on the sofa after dinner. They have an awkward dinner and she makes him sleep on the sofa. He on one sofa, his mama on the sofa. That made me laugh. So she wakes up, she apologizes for making him sleep on the sofa, and they're all getting ready for church. Baby, he gonna highlight the episode. He gonna highlight the episode, baby. This was an absolute hot mess. Mama Karen's talking about, I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on the dance floor. That's Mama Karen in church. I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on with the Holy Ghost. That's Mama Karen right now. She said, I ain't got no panties on. Can I go to church with no panties on? Troy's like, the Lord said, come as you are, you know. I ain't gonna judge you, you know. Just do your thing, mama. She gonna tell Z, if it wasn't your daddy, I'd be on the front row catching the Holy Ghost with my legs up. With no panties on the dance floor. This is what I'm saying. She'll still bust it open for some bingo money. Like, Cinnamon, she went by Cinnamon back in the day when she was the bottom bee. But Mama Karen, Grandma Karen, don't play with her. Don't play with her. She talking about, y'all, before they get, hold up. So, she's like, where my spray? Where my spray? I need to keep it fresh. She was like, Mama, you don't have to say everything out loud. He looking for her. They looking for her. They get ready to go to church. She got her headphones on. She be like this. Show her phone. Wait a minute. Jamming hard as hell. Y'all, she talking about, I already took 2 gummies. I'm be high as hell. They like, why would you take the gummies before church? She was like, oh, my bad. Take one. Sure, here. That's what I take 4 a day. Take one. Y'all, she had me so weak. I found a little clip on Twitter and sent it to my mom and my auntie. And my reality TV girls, I be sending them everything. Now they was cracking up. My auntie was like, girl, don't make me add another show. Don't make me watch this crazy show. So yes, Mama Karen, she high. She took them gummies. She trying to let that thing breathe. She ain't got no panties on. Headed to church, high. So they in the car, and Zaria they mentioned something about Troy being in churches growing up. She was like, yeah, Troy said he joined 4 different churches. And his mom was like, what? When did you go to church? And he listed out like granddaddy church, auntie such and such church, other granddaddy church. Like he listed out, and she just sitting there looking crazy. I'm like, why would you even challenge that when you know you didn't raise him? You didn't raise him. Yeah, you didn't take him to church when you had him, but apparently you ain't have him before, you know, a third of his childhood, about a little more, a quarter of his childhood. So, girl, sat down. So, they talking about churches, and she was like, yeah, your daddy used to take you to church all the time. I remember that time you thought you was just going to church. He was walking you down the aisle, and it was his wedding. He was getting married. And Azaria's looking like, what are they talking about? She's like, well, of course you ain't know he was getting married because your daddy was still effing me. That's how your brother got here. I was just like, Jesus. Zaria is like, who, child? But apparently Zaria done sat down and talked to the mom before while he been locked up. So she knew that she was a handful, but she still feel like that's your mama and you need to have this relationship with her. So she at church tweaking, y'all. She in there cracking up. She like, girl, he a little ghetto, huh? He got a little ghetto to it. He a little ghetto. That's why I like him, because he a little ghetto. She going between crying and laughing, and they don't know what to do. They just like, go get your grandma Karen some tissue. Her son go get the tissue. He in his little confessional at the church talking about, Grandma Karen has a lot of energy. She got a lot of energy. Baby, I was crying. Yeah, y'all. So next, let's do Hope and Arthur. They was on the last episode. They went on the first one. I can't stand Hope. She annoying. Go away. He goes to see his mom, and they have a serious heart-to-heart talk. You know, he was the one that went to jail for a while, got out, went back to jail, I believe. So he's talking about how the day that he had got arrested, she had texted him and said, come home and do your laundry. And he was like, man, F that, I ain't finna go do that laundry. And he was like, and then I ended up getting all locked up. And over all that time, I'm like, man, I just should have went home and did that laundry. Like, I wouldn't be in this mess that I'm in. So, he was like, if only I listened to you. But she turns around, she's blaming herself because she worked a lot. She's a nurse assistant. She said she worked 16-hour shifts. Of course, that's a lot of overnight. And sometimes they would go 3 days without seeing each other, but they live in the same house. I'm like, ooh. So she blaming herself for not being there. He's blaming himself for not coming home doing the laundry. She wants to make up for lost time, and she wants him to come home so they can have this good quality time, y'all. I just want to lay across my bed with you laying in my lap, and we watch TV and we bond. She is very heartfelt about it. She is like, she gives a whole spiel, a whole presentation on why she feel like he should come home. But he's like, you know what? I feel you, mama, but I'm grown now. We can't just act like none of this happened and I come home and we pretend like I never went to jail, like I'm still a teenager. I'm a grown man. I want to do grown man things, which is not living up under my mama, okay? So he gets home late and Hope is being real annoying and she mad and she fussing. Oh, you coming in this late, you coming in this late. And I'm like, was he with his mama the whole time though? Because I mean, you and your mama was just at the restaurant. Where was you in between that time, Arthur? Mm-hmm. Next, let's do Letitia and Keith with their crazy self. She gets a notice on her door from the sheriff's office. So she's sitting there talking to Keith's auntie. I think it's auntie. So they're talking to the auntie about it. And she thinks it's because Keith is supposed to be getting out soon, that maybe they're trying to leave her some type of notice. But I'm like, that don't make no sense. I feel like he would have to be there first for them to be like, no felon can live in, because that's how they did Eris and Cameron. She had to move because he was a felon and the HOA said, no ma'am. No ma'am. So it could be that, but I'm like, would they be telling her before that he actually gets out and get there though? So yeah. And this is reaching. I don't know nothing about this and why sheriffs would leave notes on the door other than people getting evicted. So that's what my thought process was like, baby, is this an eviction notice? So, because what, yeah, that's where my mind went. So she's on the phone with the jail and they're asking her if she has a lawyer. She's like, we got a paralegal working on the case. And I'm like, a paralegal can do that? I thought they were supposed to file the paperwork, like you know, do the preliminary stuff and then hand it over to the lawyer for them to do the real stuff. But, you know, okay. She's ready to fire that paralegal because they have not been responding and she paid them $1,000, okay? Turns out there is no paperwork on file to ask for his early release. So she's pissed. She is mad right now because she done got excited about it. Excuse me. She done told her kids, got the younger daughter excited about it, got the older daughter mad about it. She done told his family, got them excited about it. So now she's sad, she's mad, and she about to go pull up on this paralegal and see what's going on, right? See what her money going while this stuff ain't done, okay? So we find out on the next episode that the paralegal is a felon too. Okay, I said, did y'all know this? Did y'all know this beforehand? Like, he said he started doing this after he was able to get himself out of jail, and then he went on to help free some other black men as well. So he tells her it was just a mistake on the paperwork, so they had to take that back, and he corrected it and refiled it today. He also mentions that allegedly Keith was arrested illegally, technically. He seems like he might know a little bit, but he also seems like he might be a bit sketchy. So like, I'm wondering, what's his credentials? Like, is he certified? Like, don't paralegals got to be certified, or can you just train a little bit and be a paralegal? I have no idea. Do you have to have like an associate to be a paralegal? Is that like something you get like a, no idea. But I'm wondering, do he have credentials? Was he, you know, certified? Was there something up on his wall saying, hey, I took the classes and did the studies that I needed to do what I'm doing? You feel me? I'm just wondering. So she goes to kick it with her friend after this, and we find out some more bad news. Apparently her business ain't doing so good, y'all, and she need another job. She need another job because she been putting all this money on his books and on the lawyers and trying to get all this stuff, and it's got her in a bind because she's taking care of all of his expenses. So my first thing was like, but did you not just go buy a $15,000 ring? Was that not his money that you spent? Or do you have like a credit card in his name and that's where you spent the money? Like, I'm trying to figure out where that money came from, and now you in a bind. Did you spend all his money on a ring? Because if that's the case, you need to go take that ring back and go pay some bills and go pay some lawyer's fees or something. Because, like, girl, what? If that money was in the bank and not like a credit card where you might not be able to get some cash back on, you might not be able to pay for certain things. But, girl, what? How are you in a bind when you literally bought a $15,000? I mean, like, do people, they got to be putting on for the cameras. Like, that ring was $15,000. Them folks stressing me out. Who we got next? Shantae and True, y'all. Let's just get to the meat and potatoes and get to the rest of them little random sides later. Shantae and True. I am so over these two people. Every time I see Shantae, I swear to God, in my head, all I hear is, girl, get up, girl, get up, girl, get up. That's all I hear in my head every time I see Shantae's face, because she needs to get up. Like, fight back, get up, get your things and go after your children. Go find you another job. Because you were fired. The whole time I was thinking she was demoted. Shorty is fired. I said, and you still out here? So he feels like she's taking the parole situation too seriously. She is beyond annoyed. She gets out the car. She's like, take my mic off. I'm over here trying to talk to an idiot. Baby, you are the idiot. Okay? In my Beyonce voice, you are the visuals of an idiot. Because the nerve of you. He just doing whatever it is you lined up and made yourself open to do, okay? He ain't the idiot. He might be immature, but baby, you are the idiot, okay? So she's feeling ways about the money being spent, but she won't tell him none of this. She's not telling him that her money is funny. She's not telling him that she lost her job. So he thinks that she's just being mean, because she is being so mean, because she's frustrated about not having no money. And I was going to say, I don't blame her, but I do blame you. It's literally all your fault. You spent unnecessary money running up after a man who is in jail, who you know doesn't really date black women, and you really don't know him, and your stepbrother told you that, you know, he be out here scamming a little bit, you know. So it's literally, it's all you, baby. It is all you. She says that they need to work on communication, because he is the problem, because he doesn't compromise. I just found so much problem in that, because it's like, he wrong because he immature and disrespectful, but he's fully communicating things to you. Like, and he not fully communicating, he's communicating more than you are, because you're just sitting there with your mouth twisted up, you know, letting him call the shots. Oh, let's go to the sex store. You don't even want to have sex with him, period, and you don't have money to be buying extra stuff. You lost your job, but you drive your silly butt to the sex store and you let him spend $63 of your money to get some stuff that you don't even want to fool with. That's where I feel bad for her, because it's like, stand up, girl, get up. Like, I know she said she has some self-esteem issues because of what happened at her job. She was SA'd by 3 dudes at her job. So I get it, she might be a little timid when it comes to men and everything like that, but it's like, it is so sad to see this play out like this. So she asked him if they are still engaged, or what. Are they dating? Are we dating to build, or are we just dating to date? He kind of softly broke up with her and said that he just want to go back to dating. She asked him exclusively. He ain't got no answer for her. He starts talking in circles about how, you know, essentially no. He ain't trying to date nobody else, but, you know, he love you, but, you know, we dating. So he still wants to go back to independence with her. And I'm like, we're dating and you think I'm gonna take you back to the city with me as if we gonna live like boyfriend and girlfriend and you're gonna be out here dating chicks in my town while you halfway staying in my house until you meet the next chick? Baby, the audacity was on clearance when True went to the store with his sister. Okay, she had a trunk full of the audacity for him to say that. Like, what? You think I'm gonna be your home base slash in-house cooch while you run around with other women in my town? It ain't even like we live in the same town. In my town, where I'm taking you to, and I'm gonna be footing the bill until you find a job. The nerve, okay? The nerve. So he asks her, do you think I'm using you? She says no. And I'm like, girl, why are you lying? That's exactly what you think. Shantae is annoying AF because she does not know how to communicate. She should have said, I mean, a little bit. I'm starting to think that he basically starts reiterating how she don't like to go nowhere. She don't like to go nowhere. Wait, no, let it come up. Oh, that ain't it. He ends this episode talking about, ladies, if you got a man in jail, you need to go visit him because, you know, that's how you show you care. Now I'm out, she don't even know nothing about me because she ain't visit me. You got to go visit the man. Boy, shut up. You knew you ain't like that girl when you got out from Jump. You knew what it was. She ain't been up there to visit you. You knew what it was. You still came home to spend her money and resources, okay? Now she all hurt, feeling like she was played. You were. But you left yourself wide open to be played. It's like, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? So he about to go to the gym with his sister and meet some girl. So next episode, they at the gym and this girl is so hard, so big of a pick-me. It's so uncomfortable. It's so cringe. It's so secondhand embarrassment. And I was confused on whether she was serious or trying to be funny when she's, you know, doing her professional scene and she says, my name is whatever her name is, but I like to go by Shantae. And she makes a face. I got to go to the... And she makes a face like, like, no, girl, no, like, no, that's weird if you're trying to be funny. So she is super duper thirsty, like I said, for a man with no job that's fresh out of jail. She's putting her bid in tough, okay? He's talking about how Shantae don't like to hang out with him. Oh, I got a lot of energy. I love to hang out. You see, I got bad bitch energy. I got bitch energy. He was acting like he wasn't for it at first. Like, I don't know why she pushing up on me like that. She know I got a girl. But eventually he is all with it. She tells him that if he want to call her in the middle of the night for some, go ahead. Don't be scared. When he gets home, he hands Shantae, they get into an argument. He's still like, you think I use you? You think I use you? Here, he gives her $1,000. And he's like, this for all the money that you done spent on me. She's acting like she don't want him. Baby, you are unemployed. And you done bought all this stuff for him. You still need to take back. You still got things to buy. I mean, to wrap up as far as you done got this house out. Take the money. Take the money, okay? He says, oh, you used me for my time and my money. Sir, you were in jail. All you had was time. Do you think that I used you? Shantae is just hurt and crying. Yes.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go. You mind just listen? Okay.